Alright, so PK, let's move on to the Nintendo conference at E3.
Nintendo.
Now, this isn't going to be a conference per se, it's going to be their typical Nintendo Direct, which they stream to everyone around the world. It's supposed to take place, just so I have the time, at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, June 14th.
Do you think they're going to allow us to repost what they...
No, they won't. This video will be taken down if there's any Nintendo footage in it, and in the future, if we record anything with Nintendo footage, they're gonna take it down. So no, that's not gonna change. But yeah, Nintendo's a pretty interesting proposition because we kind of don't know that much about the Switch or the 3DS to a certain extent about what's gonna be happening beyond 2017. You know, beyond December. But we know that we're going to get a look at Splatoon 2, which I think comes out during the middle of summer after E3. That was a big hit for them when it came out on the Wii U. I mean, even though that system was dead. Yeah, Metroid is the big one, which I would think they have to do something with. Metroid has been dormant since the Wii. You know, and now we're talking about, what, plus 8 years now. So I think the Nintendo fans are owed a new Metroid game. It's been way long, and they've been given quite a few mediocre Metroid games lately as well. So I think they could do something pretty interesting with Metroid.
I mean, look, from the way I see things with Nintendo, as much as I would love them to come out swinging, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, simply because that Nintendo do have this aspect of saying, hey, you love our games, but we're probably not going to give you the stuff that you want right now.
Yeah.
We will release a game that you love maybe next year, or maybe even the year after. But if you think that we're going to give you everything that you're hoping for at E3, then dream on, buddy. I don't think that they'll give us anything.
So you don't think new Metroid, you don't think that's happening? What about a new Donkey Kong?
Maybe
Tropical Freeze, I think in 2014 for the Wii U, which was a really, really cool game. It's one of those games that I hope would even maybe with time be ported onto the Switch, seeing as I never pulled the trigger on a Wii U, and there's a lot of Wii U games I'd like to play. They haven't really given indication about porting.
I haven't even pulled the trigger on a Switch yet, and I know that I will eventually, and I will get Zelda and I will play Zelda. But in terms of assuming that they're gonna give all Nintendo fans something that they are hoping for, I just don't see it happening. I feel that it's gonna be more of, hey, have a look at this trailer for Donkey Kong. We're not gonna show you all the gameplay, but we're gonna show you that it's coming. And we might show you a bit of Metroid, but we're not going to show you the gameplay because we just think that you're excited the fact that it's coming out regardless.
Smash Brothers port from Wii U to Wii, it seems something very simple and easy to do, similar to what they've done with Mario Kart 8. Because it was a smash hit on the Wii U. They knew it could sell a lot more. It was just on a shitty system. And Mario Kart 8 has been doing amazing for the Switch. Yeah, so do you think we see something similar with Smash?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they can give us a little bit, but I don't think they're going to give us enough for us to say that... I don't know if they'll even give us a date.
For Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I don't think they'll
give us a date. But you think it will be shown?
I think it might be shown. It might be shown. Because regardless, they have to come out swinging because they've been in the lead for a while now.
Yeah.
And the Switch had such a huge impact. For you not to capitalize on this moment would seem completely stupid.
Like it would be ridiculous.
It makes no sense to me if you're not gonna show us at least 2 or 3 games that we're gonna say, holy shit.
For 2018, especially.
Yes, 2018. Yeah. But we don't know what Nintendo's capable of because they're Nintendo.
Yeah, and maybe to close off the Nintendo side, Super Mario Odyssey, what do you think? Just a gameplay demo in the Direct?
I think
we haven't seen much from it either.
Even if it's a gameplay demo, look, I don't think we're gonna see 4 minutes of it. We're just gonna see, hey, this is what's happening, and I don't think they're gonna give us much.
I should add that Nintendo do the Nintendo Treehouse live streams after the Nintendo Direct, where they basically have a live stream with a few presenters where they go through the games that have been announced and they do longer gameplay demos of those games. So, for example, they'll show Mario Odyssey.
That's even more likely. That's even more likely.
So, the Treehouse is where they tend to expound on the games that they've shown off. So the Treehouse will be streamed all through Wednesday and everything. So that usually goes on for about 5 or 6 hours. Yeah.
That seems more likely that we're going to see a little bit more
gameplay.
The
treehouse, yeah.
But in terms of the conference itself and showing us what's coming out and what's new, and I don't expect much from Nintendo.
Yeah.
They're going to be very restricted in terms of what they release.
Alright, cool. So we're going to now answer some questions about what we think is going to happen about at the Nintendo conference.
Do you think we might see some third-party games finally be on Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. I definitely do see some ports being made for the Switch third-party wise. I mean, we've got the token efforts from stuff like EA with FIFA, where they're putting out a completely different version from the Xbox and PS4 version for the Switch. But I think we're going to see more from the Japanese side. Japanese partners are going to come up with some maybe new or existing IPs. I think you're going to see stuff like their Monster Hunter partnership with Capcom probably get evolved and moved onto the Switch. There's rumors as well that it could be an entirely separate Monster Hunter for PS4 and Xbox One. Be interesting to see how that shakes out. But I don't think we can expect there to be partnerships, but I don't think you should expect to see any of the mainstream larger AAA titles in terms of your Red Deads, your Call of Duties, the games that are from third party that are really demanding of the system, like for example Assassin's Creed Origins. Those kind of games, I don't think there's much of a chance of seeing them on the Switch. It will be more Nintendo Japan specific, I feel. With the odd occasional, for example, like we talked about Mario Rabbids with Ubisoft, but Ubisoft would support a toothpick system if it came out.
To be fair, my point of view is kind of opposite to yours, because I think that Nintendo are just not gonna show anything that is gonna be third party.
Really?
E3. I think it's gonna be more of, this is what we have.
Enough internally then? I don't know.
I feel like it's gonna be, this is what we have and this is what's coming.
Okay.
But later on, you might see what we're working with. I don't think they're gonna disclose everything that they're working with other partnership, because there's always a feeling of uncertainty when exposing new information with Nintendo.
Yeah.
There's always that feeling like,
yeah, they seem so cagey with letting anyone know anything.
And it seems like deals sometimes break or they go through and you're like, oh, okay, Nintendo are working with this, and you just hear that it's done, it's dead. And you're like, oh, Nintendo are working with this, and I think that in this big stage, they just won't cement themselves or commit themselves to something that they know that is not a lasting relationship. I think they're just going to be like, okay, look, these are the games that are coming out, and this is what we know is coming out, and we're not really going to show you
anything else.
What we are working on right now. You'll probably see it at PSX.
Their hand.
Yeah, you see it at PSX. But
wait, why would you see Nintendo?
I'm sorry, yeah. Maybe you see it later on during the year, but you're just gonna be like,
hey, specific Nintendo Direct or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna publicize it a little bit later, but for now, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think we might see some new hardware for any of the consoles, like the Switch accessories maybe, or new custom pads or anything like that? Anyway, anything hardware-wise.
I know they have their Abomination solution to voice chat that's coming out with Splatoon as a little thing that you plug into your phone and your Switch and your headset. But anyway, in terms of meaningful hardware, I don't think we're going to see a successor to the 3DS this year. I think they're going to keep trucking along with the 3DS for now and try and milk that for a little bit longer. It's getting interesting because the software drought is starting to grow just a little bit with the 3DS, because it's a push and pull. Do they bring their studios to focus on Switch or 3DS or both? So I don't see anything near the 3DS. The Switch has just come out. Absolutely no way we see any revision there. There's rumors about a Switch that is portable only with no HDMI to the TV. Interesting idea. I think it's too early for that. You don't want to confuse the market early on.
Do you think that they would even bother thinking about hardware when they're in the lead already in terms of the Switch in sales, and they're just going to focus on software?
Well, they're in the lead in the US for 2 months.
To kind of capitalize on the software area.
No,
I don't know.
I think Nintendo are focused on games right now. The more interesting wrinkle is purely on the 3DS side, whether something comes out over there. I think maybe a hardware revision to the 3DS comes out at best. something a bit sleeker, slimmer, better 3D and all of that, but not a successor system. No. And Switch stays the way it is. And you get that abomination online chat device thing. That's pretty much it. Yeah.